My name is Allison Davis-White Eyes. I work in the Office of Institutional Diversity, and thank you all so much for participating in the annual Oregon State University Diversity Showcase events. This is our State of Diversity address. As you know, you all were chosen for your amazing commitment, energy, and work in advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion throughout OSU and beyond. This interview is to highlight the amazing work of the Oregon State University Alumni Association and the work you all have done in building a solid, coherent community of alumni, a community that connects students, faculty, staff, and community together with former graduates. I am Allison Davis-White Eyes, and I welcome you, and I will be your host. So why don't we start off with an introduction to Suzanne Phillips. And we'd like to really hear from you, Suzanne, about your role as Regional Director of Network and Alumni Diversity at Oregon State University.
Hi, Allison. Thank you so much for letting me join you here today with our alumni. I'm really excited to be here. So my work has really grown and evolved since I started with the OSU Alumni Association, probably close to 9 years now, with them as our regional network director, helping alumni in various areas, different states get connected. And it's evolved to helping our alumni networks, supporting our alumni through affinity, identity, and experience networks to come together and support each other, support the community they represent, and to further along not only the needs of alumni and supporting them, but also that of our students and campus faculty and staff. So the last few years, we've seen tremendous growth in our identity networks, and all of which are represented here today. And we're looking to continue to grow those efforts with our other cultural resource centers and campus colleagues as well for years to come. So I'm excited to be here to share kind of what they've been doing and letting their voice be heard of their successes, where they're excited to grow, and what they are excited for the future to be like.
Oh, thank you so much, Suzanne. That's a great introduction and probably a wonderful segue to have each of our participants introduce themselves and the alumni group that they represent. So with that, I think I'm going to start off with Ellen Dishman.
Hi, my name is Ellen Dishman. Did I freeze? Hi, my name's Ellen Dishman. I use she and her pronouns, and I am one of the leaders of the OSU Rainbow Connect LGBTQ+ alumni network. And yeah, I went to Oregon State back in 2001 and helped to found the Pride Center. So.
Thank you, Ellen. Wonderful. Marcia?
Hi, Marcia Torres, graduated in 2001, and I am here as part of the leadership team for the Latinx Chicanx Alumni Network Group, and we just rebranded ourselves, and our new name is now Vamos OSU.
Tamisha?
Hello, everyone. My name is Tamisha Turner, and I am on the leadership of the Black Friends and Family Network.
Tricia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tricia. I'm with the Asian Pacific Islander Alumni Association, and I am class of 2015.
Great. And Katie?
Hello, everyone. I'm Katie Scott. I graduated in 2008, and I am representing the leadership for the Kotoa Ina Alumni Network, otherwise known as KEEN.
Fantastic. Why don't we get started then with our first question for you all. I'm really curious if you can share with us what you would say were the biggest accomplishments of each of your alumni groups this year.
I'll start with Vamos OSU. I think for us, our biggest accomplishment was actually restarting. So we all met, and we've been working, I think, since late last year on trying to determine what our group was going to look like, what was going to be the goals and achievements that we're focused on, and then what our name was going to be. So I would say that's probably the biggest achievement. We had our first kickoff event in April as part of the Heritage Month celebrations. And so we also launched our first newsletter as well to let everybody know. We've become a lot more active on our Facebook group as well. So I would say that's probably been our biggest accomplishment so far.
Thank you, Marcia.
I can go next. I think for the Asian Pacific Alumni Association, I thought what was really cool was before COVID, we had that big like outreach meeting with a bunch of people in Portland. I want to say maybe March or February of 2020. And I thought that was cool because it was making an outreach to other people who have graduated, as well as getting more people involved with other things that could be happening in Portland, not just Corvallis, and also kind of piggybacking on, you know, making the social media of the Alumni Association more known and more active, and being involved with current students to help them out through their growth of the university.
Oh, thank you, Tricia.
I can go next. The OSU Rainbow Connect is a new group this year. So our biggest accomplishment has been getting set up and going. We are putting things together right now and trying to build some membership and some outreach. And it's been just a big accomplishment just to form this group.
And I'll go. I'll say some of our biggest celebrations this year were our virtual mixers. We host during our Black Heritage Month King's Talk, in which we had alumni come back. One was a keynote speaker from the Jordan brand, and then we had breakout groups in which various alumni discuss multiple pathways and career pathways to current attending students at Oregon State. So it was nice to navigate and network. And then you know, people found out that they had the same college or graduate from the same college and exchange information. So it was definitely a networking opportunity, and much success.
Thank you, Tamisha and Katie.
I think we've had two really large successes this year in Keene, and the first is just the building a strong structure to continue to grow and develop a network with all of our alumni. We are new, and we have been able to meet regularly and have successful community events and decent turnout for them. And I think that's really, really wonderful, given that we started in the middle of the pandemic. And I think our second largest success is being able to reach out to the community and gather the 820 masks to send to tribes in need across the U.S. So that was an effort in which we were able to engage with both local community here in Corvallis, Albany, Lebanon, and also with alumni that just wanted to find a place to be helpful and to reconnect after years being away.
This is really exciting to hear about the amazing work that all of you have done and the amazing commitment from our Alumni Association and from Suzanne and her leadership in helping get this started. What would you all say were some of the biggest challenges that you had to overcome this year?
I think for us at API, at least for me, and I know a few of my other colleagues, we were really sad that, you know, we couldn't get out of the pandemic sooner, or, you know, we're still in it. But we were really looking forward to visiting campus and meeting students to be able to like have the network, because a lot of things that we've heard is, you know, like within like our parents, like I'm in college and my parents don't know what I'm studying, and I'm in college, or I don't know what I'm going to do after college, or I don't know what classes I'm taking. And so I've always been fond of, when I was a student at Oregon State working for the cultural center, having past alumni come to the cultural centers and speak. I didn't see that as a network opportunity, which I should have in the past, but it was more of like a realization of like, I'm going to be okay. I am not going to be a lost person after college. And if you are, it's totally fine. I think it's like giving that comfort to students, especially during now. I feel like it's so hard for them to do virtual learning. Like some of them are in campus, some they're at home. And I feel like it's just a lot to have on students and like their mental health. And so I feel like for me, I wish we could have been out there to like encourage them that, you know, like keep going, it's going to be okay. I know you miss home. I've had these experiences here when I was on campus. Feel free to reach out if you need anything, even if it's not like career pathway.
Thank you, Tricia. What other challenges have some of you met with, and how did you overcome them?
I think one of the challenges that we have right now is, because we're still starting off, is we're unable to do things in person, which is where I think a lot of people were just accustomed to. So trying to do everything virtually has been a little bit of a challenge. And you throw in that majority of folks are still working from home, still on Zoom all day, and you add that factor of Zoom fatigue, right? It's tough, and people don't necessarily want to spend another hour on another Zoom call, and or participating on an event via Zoom or whatever it might be. So I think that's probably been our biggest challenge in terms of getting attendance and participation and involvement. But even with those challenges, we were still able to get moving. And I just hope that, as things change with everything going on with COVID and all the restrictions, that things will change, hopefully to the better in the future, and that we'll be able to adjust. But I think that's right now one of our biggest challenges.
I can go. I actually would second that too, that Zoom fatigue, I think was one of our biggest challenges, but it also was an opportunity to explore new avenues for marketing and soliciting alumni that are out of state that won't be able to attend in-person gatherings. So it was both a challenge, but also a huge success for us, because we got the biggest numbers to attend our events and made it fun by having game night. And even though we weren't able to celebrate, I don't want to call it, well, I'll say the football battle, there you go, in person, but we found a way to do it virtually. And that was, that made an awesome connection, and people came back and shared more about just wanting to tap into the network and really explore some of the opportunities in leadership and also in participation.
Yeah, I'd second a lot of that. I think having started this group during COVID, it has been difficult to figure out how to grow our membership, how to reach more people, how to, how to really reach out and sort of widen what our network, who we're talking to, who we can connect with. But the flip side of that, of course, is that, we have been able to keep a really core group of leadership of people who are not physically in proximity with each other. So that's been really helpful to start this in a virtual setting and to have that access to our leadership in various places. But then to try and push that out to the wider community has been difficult, especially just starting up.
Thank you, Ellen. And Katie?
I would agree with everyone. Definitely Zoom fatigue and challenges reaching out to folks who are becoming more isolated as the pandemic continues to go on. But I think also the challenge of being from underrepresented groups and not having that historical structure to pull from or to build upon as it is a challenge. Not having records of who identified as Indigenous or as Native American really puts us at a disadvantage of being able to reach out and say, hey, we're here now and let's get together now. In addition, also missing our traditional events where we had natural gathering, I think has been a challenge, but also a good way to, not just a challenge and a negative challenge, but a challenge for growth and a challenge to be creative and to think forward about how we could reach more people and develop opportunities for folks who may not be able to come to campus.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Those were very, very insightful comments. I think the last question I would have for you all, based on everything you've shared so far, what's next moving forward?
Well, for the OSU Rainbow Connect, we are really looking forward to the Pride Center 20th anniversary in the fall. And we're really hoping that we're able to do some sort of in-person reunion and invite alumni back to the center to see the space where it is 20 years later.
Keen's really excited about being able to support our LLC and being able to connect with the incoming students this fall. I'm super excited about that. And just really start showing up and being supportive of the NLA events in person and online. And really just the opportunity to see each other again, I think is going to be amazing.
For API, I'm like looking at everything because I know we have so much going on this month because it is the Asian Pacific month for us in the heritage. I know we have a networking event coming up. And within that networking event, we have like food demos within the food, cultural, sound, career pathways, conversations, kind of like the topics of my parents don't know what I do for a living, post-college life or even in college. And just celebrating the 30th anniversary for APCC at Oregon State.
Yeah, I think for us, it's really just advertising, getting more visibility around Vamos OSU, building our webpage, and then starting to build some more events where folks can participate, not just alum, but, with their families and really try to bring people together in these difficult times as well, so.
And I guess for the BAFN, we're about taking space and making space, celebrating our incoming freshmen this fall. We're looking to plan tailgating events that makes our presence known on campus. Also about recruiting graduate students who are graduating come this June and really trying to go down there for the Black Excellent event. And so showing our face and just letting them know that we are proud of them and wishing the rest of the students who are going to continue to attend Oregon State some much success and support. If they need to reach out, then we're here.
I would echo that. I would say, the biggest piece is making sure that people know that we're out here and that we're here as a support network for our grads and our alum and folks that want to connect back with the community and are just looking for some additional support. And for some fun events, going to tailgate, hopefully we'll be all back there soon. So looking forward to that too.
Fantastic. Suzanne, why don't we circle back to you and ask you for some closing thoughts and sharing some of your own experiences?
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, and all of these wonderful alumni have been great to work with. It's been such a pleasure and a privilege for me to grow and to get to know everyone I work with and all the support that I've had from not only campus partners like you, Allison and Charlene from OID, to our upper leadership, to having the ability to really support and nurture and grow these alumni networks and the future of, you know, having other networks join us and so forth. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'd have to say that each of these networks have done so much work that, you know, I don't think they give themselves enough credit for all that they've done during these last few years to get up and going. As we all know, forming groups is challenging, and it's even challenging in person. So add on the building of a connection and a relationship and a network through a virtual format such as this, and yet they've done it, and they've done it really well. And I know each of them are looking forward to doing so much more, especially connecting with current students, because as you heard, you know, they want to make sure that they have a support network that they know is behind them beyond campus, and that will always be there, and that will work to make sure that they are maintained to be out there. So I'm excited to see where these networks go in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years, because we know that they're going to be strong and they're going to be vibrant, and that they're going to give back to campus so much that they that we haven't seen before. And so I'm really excited about that piece. And I just want to say thank you to all of the great alumni who are here tonight with us, and also those who couldn't join us to be on this call. They each have done quite a bit of work, like I mentioned, and I just cannot thank them enough for giving back to the alma mater that we all really love, and that we really want to see thrive and be an inclusive place for all on our campus. So.
Well, thank you all. Your contributions make us all Beaver proud. We stand and salute you. And we also look forward to learning and hearing more about you and the amazing work of each of your alumni organizations moving forward. So thank you all. Bye-bye.